So, and I know that for both teams, Rage is like a first pick, so I expect like Glaives of Wisdom or Arctic Burn on Shadow Demon. And maybe even first pick Ravage on Tide, and maybe Lifestealer gets Rage then. Something like that. That's normally how they play it. Or they just
Glaives of Wisdom.
secure Arctic Burn also in the first round.
Glaives of Wisdom on Shadow Demon feels very nice. Shadow Demon doesn't have the best attack range from memory,
Yeah, 500.
but yeah, he does get that 600 attack range if he manually casts the Glaives of Wisdom, and his attack animation is really nice as well.
And he goes for it. Gets
Yep.
the Glaives of Wisdom first pick.
And he has decently scaling intelligence as well, if I recall.
Tidehunter, okay, yeah. He's picking up the... It's not perfect for a melee core.
I love it
The
though. It's one of
Arctic
those
Burn,
things that
but
people don't expect, right? You come flying at someone, you Arctic burn them, and now Tide is whacking at someone with a bunch of damage, slowing them down.
But it's not the best right-click model, so I mean, but you can... That's the good thing about skills like Arctic Burn. You can still play it as a support, because it's just so strong. Percentage-based damage, slow, unobstructed movement, so it's really great. Yeah. And they didn't want to leave the dragon form to Snapfire, but he grabs his... the Shredder.
Yeah,
As
very strong
expected, the
talents.
early Rage pickup.
We do see them get both the Ravage and the Winters on the same side here. That's going to be critical.
I think maybe the Magnus even goes for RP now, because they also need some crowd control. Otherwise, all big ultimates would be on Radiant side for Maslyata.
I would like to see the Claw Embrace coming up from the Dire team. Like, the Claw Embrace is just a natural counter to the Winter's Curse.
I love that about Dota, how all the time that the heroes have their own sort of built-in counters within their own kits. It's just such a...
One particular being the Fiend script from the Bane. You pick up the Haunt, and that's an instant counter right there as well.
I think Slightly even plays the Snapfire and goes for the Chingo, which is not even bad if you have Shredder.
Does get you to that instant proc, right?
It procs, yeah. I mean, you attack 6 times. Super fast. So Lion going for full control, and I expect Tidehunter now to pick up the Purge. Then he would be able to go... Okay, goes for the duel.
That is an interesting...
And instant Purge on Shadow Demon. And the Purge is really good once you have Scepter breaking the Magnus and breaking the Snapfire. Really strong. And even more control. If I look at the draft till now, I think Radiant has the way better draft even. With Ravage Curse, even Dragon Tail, Rage on Monkey with Wukongs.
Our team do have free reign over their ultimates now, so they can pick and choose who they want which ultimate on, and they don't have to pick their ultimates until their very last picks. So they do have that advantage going on for them. And we do see the Claw Embrace coming out from the Lion to get that counter for the Winter's Curse.
Yeah. Snapfire going full right click. 2 passives with Shredder. I mean, if he gets to the point, level 25, he's gonna be a force to reckon with. Not a big fan of the Magnus draft.
Not at the moment.
I mean,
no.
if he gets RP, at least he can do something.
Once Shadow Demon gets that Ags, Magnus is essentially a creep. He cannot empower himself while he's doing while he's purged, and neither of his passives are going to work. So he is essentially going to be a creep for the duration of that purge.
And Shadow Demon is gonna mid, probably gonna have a good time, just because of Glaives and Boundless, so you can easily secure some last hits. Probably against Snapfire mid, I would assume. But let's see. Or even Magnus. I'm not sure. But the thing is, Magnus will still at some point get a blink, and if he gets the initiation...
It feels like
they
a
have so many
one-trick pony,
counters.
but that's all it takes sometimes, right? If he gets in
Yeah, but they
there
have
and does it,
counters. They have a lot of counters. They have Curse. They have Ravage to counter him. So
yeah, he's got to get
Raiden
the
has a
right
lot
people.
of answers.
But if he does get them, there's some great follow-up there, right? They're going to be throwing the Snapfire ult into that. They're going to be throwing the Lion ult into that, grabbing a duel off of the back of it. If he
Yeah,
does
and they
do the
have
one trick right, it could be a big trick.
yeah, and they have silence. So if he gets a good RP, they maybe can throw out the global silence to counter the counters to the RP.
But I
A
think you're
really
right.
strong
In
build
terms
on
of
him.
I look at Radiant's draft here, and it just seems easier to play, easier to
Yeah.
execute what they want to do. It's much more sort of straightforward what they want to do.
I would assume it's like Shadow Demon mid, Monkey safe, Lifestealer offlane, farming his eggs, Blink Refresher or something like that. Well, let's see if Rob is even playing the Legion. He loves his charge. I mean, he actually swapped the Lifestealer. Not sure how Ghetto Mexicans are approaching this for the laning stage.
Open up with
I'm really not
flaws.
sure who's the mid on Dire. QB, who would you send mid?
Yeah, who would you think that I would send mid?
Snapfire? And you play it? Right?
No,
Okay.
no, no. I would pick the Magnus. Just
Okay.
simply because he just
Farm the
pushed
small
out the
camp
wave.
and...
Yeah, push out the wave with Empower. And farms a small Pam. I don't think if Piggy goes mid on the Shadow Demon, I don't think anyone's going to really be able to pressure him anyway. I think you might as well just trade farm and just try to be more efficient in the mid lane. And try to get that Magnus snowballing before the Shadow Demon comes online with the Ag Scepter in the mid game.
Wow, that Dota's really loud. I'll pull that down.
Chat is complaining that the game sounds are too loud.
Yep, I have pulled that down.
I don't think anyone from the Dire team, if they went mid, can necessarily play aggressive in the side lanes. After they hit their 6.
A doodle for the ages.
So it's probably better just to put someone who can actually just farm efficiently.
Yeah, but I would be a little bit afraid as the Magnus against the Shadow Demon mid, because he can just harass you so much with glaives and boundless. Get a lot of hits off. And you really need like the level 2 empower to start killing the waves really fast.
A battle seeks resolution.
Okay, so it's gonna be the Magnus going mid. Looks like the Magnus going safe lane. The Snapfire going mid.
Yeah, I think it's not wrong to send the snap mid. He should have enough to sustain even against the Shadow Demon.
It just always feels so bad going into the mid lane with no way to push out the wave.
Yeah, that's true. With no wave clear. But they can abuse the moment of courage maybe a little bit, because it's kind of bugged on range models that you get like multiple hits from one moment of courage proc.
Yep, and he will be able to trade up with the Shadow Demon, with the Drink of Mastery and Moment of Courage. I probably would want to see maybe one value skill point in the little shredder in the lane. Max that Moment of Courage and one point in Drink of Mastery. I think that's probably the most efficient way to play this.
Yeah, or 1-1-3 is also an option. Max the shredder. Still decent damage.
Yeah.
Remember, The international spirit.
Yeah, okay, and it's Rob with his famous charge builds on
The-
the offlane.
There's a bit
He
of
really loves that
a
spell.
there's a bit of an overlay issue with the stream at the moment, Blob.
Yep, I know. I need to give it about a minute here to kick in, and then I can switch over. It should be good there now.
And also the other layout, I think.
Yep, as I said, it takes about a minute to load it in. It's just a side effect of we got Silencer in trouble already in the river here. He will be able to TP
Yeah.
the lane.
I'm not sure if it's worth it for Radiant, because now they are missing out on a few creeps on the top lane already.
And he's already selved up as well.
Yeah, but they can put out a lot of aggression with charge plus the gush.
Too bad for you.
So this Silencer has to be really careful to not get killed by the two heroes on the offlane.
So we've chatted a lot about the mid matchup there in the beginning. You've chatted a bit about the offlane matchup here with the aggression coming out of Radiant. Obviously, we talked a bit about the Magnus and the Empower, thinking that was originally the mid there. What do we think about the safe lane matchup that we got going on bottom there?
No, you don't.
I think it should be relatively even. They have the Anchor Smash coming out from the Tidehunter, so the Monkey King might have some issues there harassing the Tidehunter. But like once the Monkey King potentially gets 2 points in the Dragon Blood, yeah, they're not going to be able to trade with each other at all.
There's so much sustain on the
yeah.
monkey.
Yeah. Feast, Dragon Blood. Every time the Tidehunter Arctic burns, he can just rage. It's going to be very hard to harass either of these lanes.
We're gonna see a lot of plays like which happens right
mid
now.
lane, Piggy's almost dead.
Into the skewer.
Whew. Down to low 30 life there. But had to Boundless to save his life.
Yeah, and he's also getting out CS'd already. 5 denies on the Snapfire.
Oh, Lion goes for the courier and his snipe and gets it.
And Snapfire completely out CSing the Shadow Demon. 7-6 to 5-0 in CS.
Yeah, generally, I'm not a fan of Jingu, specifically because if you don't win your lane with Jingu, it's essentially a dead skill. It doesn't do anything outside of
Yeah, you have to hit somebody 5 times till it really pays off, and that's like... But with the moment, it's actually not bad, because you get like the few hits off, because it's a ranged model.
Yep. If you do win your lane with Jingu, you really do win your lane. In top lane.
Ooh, on top.
A lot of trouble there. The Lifestealer taking some damage.
Also Rob in trouble. Both really low, and they have 0 regen left on the top lane.
Yeah, they gotta be careful here. Silencer's looking.
Mango on.
Oh,
Mango on the Silencer.
Leap in, doesn't
work.
He gets it.
Well, only one.
Gets the blast out. And first blood for Slightly.
Scatter Blast versus
On the Magnus.
double melee lane is so strong.
And I would not have expected that the Snapfire dominates the mid lane so hard. Look at the CS. He has more denies than Shadow Demon has last hits.
Yeah, Shadow Demon currently 3rd last in net worth.
Ooh.
bad place to be for him right now.
Yeah.
Bottom,
He doesn't really have much to. He doesn't really have much to get back to the game either. He doesn't have anything to really go to the small camp, find that small camp. That's the current issue with his.
And the shit tip is out. Very good, very good. I like this. The shit tips on Piggy. He deserves it. Yeah, and he's maxing the Jingo even. So he did go for the build use. Oh no, you would have maxed the moment, right? QB, you said. And maybe the maxing the Chingo is not even that bad here.
The quest for ultimate
For all the
glory
procs from moment he gets.
continue.
And Robin
Yeah,
Trouble on top. Looks kinda
Oh, he'll
dead.
be able to get out.
10 HP. Oh my god.
Just barely. Life Stealer doing a lot of work there to make sure they're engaged on him instead of chasing Rob down under tower. Oh, they may dive it anyways here.
To me, I feel like the Snapfire could have done the same thing with 1 point in Jingo, but I might be wrong.
I mean, still gives him 100 bonus damage for 4 attacks.
A little bit more damage, a little bit more life
bad.
steal. But the moment of courage begin the same sort of life steal up top here. We got them jumping in on the Magnus. Use the Fairy Fire, goes for the TP out. They got all the stuff. Oh, there finally
Oh,
Bash
the
just
stun.
connects. Lucky ass Bash, but a little
Can
slow
they run
there with
away?
the pushback. That's exactly what they needed
The
to do.
Gush is not
And-
getting in range to cast a Gush on him.
Oh,
And he salves up.
throw that out in hopes and desperation. That was some good play. Back in, they're gonna charge in the silencer now, but they don't have the follow
Oh,
for this.
snap
And
ult on the Piggy.
they may
Gets the
pay for
stun
this.
off.
They're jumping in. Oh, they'll end
Ah,
up
they
turning it on the
burn, man, he's-
silencer.
And meanwhile, Piggy dies mid.
I was gonna say lots of action
the
all
snap.
over the place.
Well
Yeah.
played, well played.
Just got the 6 there, the ult, and just lay out the kisses. Looking bottom, Lion's in trouble again. This monkey's got a lot of damage, but does have that little bit of heal. Buy the time for the tide to come back. Looking to replay in some of that Arctic burn damage now, but it's not going to be enough to slow him down. We'll get the kill on that poor little lion. Now the tide's in a bit of trouble.
And they're going for
mid.
a gank on the snap
Oh,
mid.
good pushback. to the
Skewer
mid.
under the tower, and they get the kill.
What a great gank. Start getting
And
those
to
glaive kills.
him for Piggy. Now he's happy.
All the while top, they're engaging. Looks like they're also calling out bottom as they want to run at that guy, but he's more or less safe. But they're trying to really lay into the life stealer top here, but it's not quite enough. Now they have help in the neighborhood. Rob will start the charge to just gush onto the other. They're putting in a ton of
And they
damage
might
onto
get
that
the silencer,
silencer.
but
But
RP!
again,
Beautiful
RP
RP.
saves the day. You guys are getting
That
away
was a
with
nice
slivers
RP.
of health.
The Legion is grateful.
And he salves up Rob. And then Rob is really struggling in the lane. Only 17 CS. The same for the Tide Hunter in the offlane is also... The Tide offlane is also struggling CS-wise.
I feel like the Lion needs to lead this lane. There's nothing he can do in this lane to help the Tide Hunter. Other than outside of trying to maybe like stack some camps for him to
He's been
Get
trying
back
to
into the
do
game a
that,
bit.
but even Monkey could take those stacks fairly quickly.
Action
right?
mid again.
Oh yeah, good pushback on the
And
Snapfire
skewer
again,
back.
but they're bringing in 2 TPs with help here. That'll be enough to force them away from the snap. There's an Invis sitting top though. They'll save it for the DK, it looks like.
I mean, his has the Dragon Tail
Nope,
skewer combo.
they're gonna give it to
Oh,
Biggie.
but they want to commit on him.
They will commit on the DK though. That'll be a ton of damage with the leap forward, and they'll still end up getting the DK there though. And out come the
And
kisses
they're
now.
popping now. The
That's
kisses.
a lot of damage. He's got to anticipate this right.
Yep.
It's not enough. He'll bring down the 1. The life stealer ends up going down. And poor little piggy here.
Is this a shit pause?
Just gotta
or what
watch.
is it?
Lots of technical issues
Lord.
today.
Yeah, but we had it yesterday with Maslyata that they had a lot of technical issues since Ginseng, the lifestealer player, had to move to a internet cafe to play because his PC was not updating Dota or something like that. That's why we had a lot of delays yesterday. Oh, oh no. But if we look at net worth, it's like really sad for the Shadow Demon sitting at 1900 gold, while the Snapfire has like 1.5k gold or 1.3k gold more than him.
Yeah, the
8
Shadow
minions
Demon
in.
doesn't really have anything queued up to kind of help him get back into the game. He's got a 4-star and tread, so he's not really going for items to help him scale, but more to he's definitely just looking to take fights in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
And Piggy playstyle normally is just to get a lot of escapes. Normally, he always drafts an escape skill. Didn't do that this time, and I would expect him to go for a scepter this game because the Purge is really, really strong against Snap and the Tidehunter with the break.
If he does end up going for this 4 soft treads, I would be highly surprised if he didn't decide to go for that Ags as his second big item.
Yeah. Also, the AoE last word. Maybe he gets a shard for farming. Boost his farming speed a little bit.
The true heroes are the
Looks like
ones
they're back
who
ready to
went
go.
all the way.
And Monkey King queuing up a Mjolnir. First item. Treads into Mjolnir.
Well, he's top of the
Yeah, I
net
think-
worth right now. Why not just
Yeah.
continue to accelerate, right?
Yeah, I think he had two options here: either the Maelstrom or the Radiance.
Now, why would you get a Radiance in this case? I automatically see the Maelstrom as the right answer, so I gotta ask.
Well, generally Monkey Kings, some Monkey Kings do actually prefer to go down that Radiance route. One notable being Thompson,
Ooh,
specifically
duel?
because
Oh,
the
on
that is an
DK,
awkward
on the-
duel.
They're gonna get him.
Well, they will get him.
specifically because I believe the Monkey King soldiers do get the Radiance as well. So you do get that Radiance effect throughout the entire ring. Plus he has quite like some taking abilities.
All the while top, they're going
really-
on the Silencer again. They pop the Dragon Form to do it. The Lifestealer's trying to decide where he wants to dive in behind the trees here. He's taking a lot of damage from the tower. Well, the aggro will disappear and he will find the Silencer, but yeah, he ends up getting him.
If you look at the Dire team, 3 of their cores are focused around right-clicking as well. So that missed chance, that evasion from the Radiance could have been decent.
Yep,
And
you're
they
right. That's something I
used
didn't consider.
the Purge on the Snap.
Nice setup around the rooms here. This is a nice play they're doing here, poking back and forth, trying to make sure that no one gets it. And ultimately here we do see that it goes off to... Denied, actually, sorry. I thought he picked it up, but he denied it.
You're not getting what you came for.
But what we shouldn't forget is like Radiant still has the bigger teamfight ultimates with Ravage and Winter's Curse. And Dia only has RP plus global. Ooh, duel on the monkey. With the kisses on top.
Nice there. They're also setting up the Shadow Fiend mid as well here. Looks like they got that dual bottom. All the while mid, they brought in the Lifestealer here to help out and look to try to reverse this onto the Silencer. They have a lot of damage and they will end up bringing him down too.
Dire structures are fortified.
The monkey nearly... I mean, he killed the Tidehunter and he also nearly killed the Magnus.
Yeah, the Magnus would have been an amazing
Under attack.
pickoff.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Dragon does its job and takes the top tower.
Yep.
There is little hope for Radiant's middle tower.
I would
Oh,
have
that's-
liked to see the Tidehunter doing in this off lane before this point is just dragging the creeps down between the tier 1 and tier 2 and just dragging them to another camp and just farming it with the anchor smash.
Got a smoke play coming in bottom. Monkey sort of
Can you
seems to have
can you
sensed this
cast
out.
overwhelming odds while you're charging?
I believe you can cast almost any ability. There's only a couple that interrupted. Oh, the rage misses the RP there, just barely. Oh no, that wasn't RP. What was that then?
I mean, he cancelled the
Yeah,
RP.
yeah, he cancelled it.
I
Yeah.
cancelled it, so I saw the rage come out. That's a good little quick by. They don't get anything out of that smoke play, and that was a big rotation of 3 down there. All the while, they got 3 mid with a DD on Piggy here, probably looking to lay into this mid tower pretty effectively.
Ravage ready, Winter's Curse ready.
They will bring in help in the form of the Lion.
Radiant should look to their bottom tower.
Oddly enough, this has turned around and let Magnus smack away at the Radiant's bottom tower here. Now they're all gone. See them in the
Going
neighborhood.
in.
He's just being cheeky. Oh, good
Oh,
dodge.
misses the Earth spike. I think it could be kind of good to get the shard on the Legion and then a scepter. It looks like he goes Shadow Blade.
Alright, they're setting up on the tide
Oh,
top.
yeah.
It's 2 TP, 3
Going for
TPs
the
in and a
tides.
charge.
He got
That is a
bulldoze
bit
off.
hard.
Radiant should look to their top.
Arctic Burn, he'll
my God.
run far into the trees and try to TP out.
Cancels.
Oh my
the
gosh.
with the skewer.
Nice. Wow. Some deep plays off the edge of the map there. All the while, though,
Meanwhile, 4 rotating on the monkey.
he's got ult now, though. He's ready for this.
He wants to RP him.
Oh, he'll just TP out, decide better of it, and go mid.
Radiant's
Good
bottom
choice.
tower is in danger.
Now I expect a fairly even trade here if they want to. The drop in the mid in exchange for the bottom tower here.
Dire's middle tower is under
It's if I was the Dire team, I would not be letting this mid tower go.
You're right,
Yep,
and
and,
all
that's-
come the TPs.
Look at the TPs!
Mass
4
TPs! Alright, they end up catching the
And
Dragon Knight behind here. And there's an RP on the Piggy.
Rabbit. Oh, nice
Global
global.
silence.
little hope for Dire's
But the Piggy's is already dead.
And
They're looking for more.
Doesn't
Finger.
get the rabbit shot.
It's a good one. Now they're throwing the kisses. Oh, the duel
the
does
duel.
come out finally there. Just out of range of the kisses, but they do have the damage anyways.
Meanwhile, monkey still got the tower.
Yep. All the while, he decided not to fight, and he just took the objective.
to their middle tower.
Ooh, what?
Look to
Okay.
their top tower.
Tempting to cast the Wukongs and then decides to just keep running.
Yeah, you never want to trade a tier 1 safe lane tower for your mid tier 1. The mid tier 1 opens up the map so much.
Unfortunately, we'll
Ooh,
see.
looking for a ravage.
Ball.
He does not get it.
No, they're
And
a little
Rob
too
also
spread out.
cancels his charge.
Bounty.
I'm curious where the Tide Hunter is going to go straight for the Wraith Pact.
They're hunting.
He's,
They're looking for
the-
more in the jungle here. Got 3
Yeah,
on the high
both
ground. They
team-
find the
teams-
Snapfire. They leap in. The Boundless Strike opening up. They're looking to put the
Ooh.
damage on. Piggies does a little bit here. The charge still doing.
Oh,
Full Embrace
the
comes
heal,
out.
but
It's not enough. Oh, the Lion misses the
Big kill.
stun again. Alright, now they got a bunch in the
Now
neighborhood
they're
here. It's the
trying to
dragon.
push the mid. The dragon farm.
Oh, gets caught out on
DK
the
going
back line
deep
there.
in.
Bottom tower has fallen. There is little hope for Dire's middle
Fortify to delay
Yeah.
this. I imagine will just be a delay. Oh, Rob's charging off. No, he decides the better of it. Comes back. He was charging off top there for a second.
Oh, and
Now we do have
Nice
Tide
disruption.
coming back here, though. There's the Ravage into the duel. Monkey King
Ooh, but
decides
it
now's the
might
time
wanna
to
lose
throw out
this.
the big thing. I will use that to secure this tower.
wow, Snap going in deep.
Oh,
Nice
Gets
RP.
RP.
Wow.
Gets the two of them.
played.
Rage will save him, the Monkey King here, as he's running out for his life. TPs. Rob's looking for more here. He's still got the dragon form up for a few more seconds. Nope, it's done, so he's deciding to run.
Oh,
Now
and he
kisses
gets
out
him
on
with
the
the
life
kisses.
stealer. Oh, good kisses there. Jumps forward, a little bit of smack, and is able to take down the life stealer there too.
But they got their objective. The creeps taking the mid tier 2.
middle tower.
But Shadow Demon, I mean, he kinda kept up now with the pack. I mean, he's still lowest of the course, but didn't fall further behind.
No, he's been able to scale up. He's got 14 stolen intelligence there now.
Yeah, now gets the 4 stuff, a shard, and I would assume afterwards a septum.
Rob charging in here. They called out it, saw the lion, the DK there, but they decided to cancel it.
Yeah, and Rob decided to not buy the Shadow Blade. He got his shard and going for an Aghanim Septum next. I kinda like that.
The Black Dragon is strong. Nice upgrade on the Charge of Darkness there too.
Hmm.
They will see the guys in the bottom there with Lifestealer, and they'll charge in. They brought in a little help with the DK here as well on the one side, and the other guy coming in on the other.
Oh, looks like a dead silencer.
And the Magnus will just... Oh, yes!
Oh, and they
great
get that
charge!
TP cancel.
Just to cancel the TP there.
Last
Beautiful.
second.
The Magnus will fall as well. Immediately sees another target, charges in. Leaves most of his team quite far behind here. He'll decide the better of it.
I'm really not feeling the impact from the Titan too much. It seems like he's just been just trying to get these lanes out for the most part. It doesn't really seem like he can get much done with the duel. Not into not into this lineup at least.
Doesn't
He nearly has
feel
his
safe to deal with people.
400 gold for a Rave Pact for Titan though.
Yeah.
And I don't see any Radiant hero having it queued up. Normally they buy it on Ginseng or on Rob.
Having that Wraith Pact, if the Radiant team do decide to go high ground, is going to be very, very important.
That's an item that's going to get
Nice.
nerfed next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about it.
Oh, there's no
But
pretty
how?
sure. I guarantee
what
you
are
that's
they
getting
nerfing?
nerfed. That was just overly abused at the major.
Are they getting a Rob here? He's charging and just running away
Bringing in a
with
bunch of help.
ton of movement speed.
Alright, they do find the disruption on the one. That's going to be the setup they need. But the
Oh,
beautiful
he
screw
gets
up
the
to the
duel?
Gryma, but he does get the duel. Pull him back down. Rob's got to charge in. The stun, Ravage will come out of the
Big
back line
Ravage.
there. We'll catch a bunch of them. Global Silence is doing its work here, keeping them down, looking for more. That Monkey King's laying into the
Snap in
Snapfire.
trouble.
Ooh, deciding to hit both Silencer
Snap
and Snap
set.
at the same time. Rob's coming in there to finish it up, but we'll get transferred
RP
over
used.
to the one. This Magnus is in some serious trouble here. Just get cleaned up.
That's a team wipe. Yeah, team fights. The global came out a little bit too late, so he already ravaged. And they were putting out all the damage.
You guys were right, though. We did see in the draft there, we're calling it's going to come down to a few big team fight ults here, and we just saw it in terms of one after another there, set up and then engage and disconnect and engage again, and before long there.
And
If you see
Piggy
Razor,
on Shadow Demon has his shard also, so he had it in the fight already, so got quite a lot of int. Now sitting at 32 permanent install.
if you see Rage in the pool, with Winter's Curse, it is so important to pick up that Winter's Curse versus Rage.
I think Rage is underrated, it's so strong.
You get it on a strong core, and that's pretty much all you need. You can just buy.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy a BKB. You just buy damage items.
BKB, a 6-second BKB on 18 seconds cooldown.
And
Quite
you just feel
strong.
safe. You just feel safe.
Oh,
You
and
just feel. You always
Lion
have the
just
option
got
to-
deleted.
By Lion.
You always have the option to Rage TP. In most cases,
Yeah.
so hard to pressure.
I only have RP to cancel it, and duel. I actually have 2 ways to cancel the Rage TP here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Raiden already has another objective. with the tier 2 top.
They're pushing in there, and they looks like they got one coming back to try and defend, but this is just the one, but they don't know that.
Structures are fortified.
Winter's Curse is ready. Ravage in 2 seconds.
As soon as they figure out it's just one here, I have a feeling they're going to be engaged. Now there's another one coming in the trees, but looks like they'll decide the better of it as the tide's moving forward. The Winter's Curse.
On bot lane we see Shadowbladed Magnus on top of the Monkey King. Uses the RP, but do they have enough damage even?
They have 3 in the neighborhood here. They got to keep them locked down because that
God, he's-
Wukong circle comes out. They're gonna eat it.
Look at the damage of this monkey.
Oh, and the DK comes in from the back there, grabs the one. He's looking to run down the snap, and he will have the damage for this. He tries to go for the deny on the neutral there, doesn't quite get it. Rob finally shows up from across the map.
The BM pole is coming out.
And like I told you guys before, the monkey player, I cannot pronounce his name, so we always call him AD Dog, and he's like a really young boy, like 18 or 19 years old, or living in Siberia. And once Primal Beast came out, he was spamming it and got to rank 800 or something, or even higher. I don't know if he didn't follow his account afterwards, but he got really high rank with abusing Primal Beast over and over again. I think he was even
when
Dota
it first came out though, was so abusable. It got nerfed.
He was
into
like,
the ground.
I think he was rank 1 on Dota buff on Primal Beast. Maybe he still is.
Alright, all the while these guys are going in bottom. Looks like Rob was charging their mid, putting a bit of pressure there, but he decides the better of it. He's gonna go regroup bottom with the rest of them.
Yeah, and objective gaming by Radiant. And you saw how much he lifestealed with the great attack speed he has, plus the feast. And already
He also
at
has
30
the Dragon's Blood too,
for
so he's
armor.
got that,
Yeah.
like, you know, 20 odd natural regen going on as well.
Oh
It's like, how do you
my
kill
god.
this guy?
Snap in trouble.
Oh yeah, Snap's really in trouble here. Ravage won't do anything against the Rage Monkey King.
Oh my god. 30 HP and he dies to the last hit. Hit by Piggy.
Whacking those towers there, Monkey King. Team will fight everyone else. We got the DK over here laying into the tide. A little help from his team. Rob finishing up the other guy on the other side.
That's the scary thing from Maslyata. They just know how to execute team fights.
All the while here, Mag's doing what he needs to do. Go cuts the lane there, so they have to fall back as the backdoor protection comes up.
And he queued up the Silver Edge on Magnus. I think they really need that break for the monkey to kill him. But it's really hard, even with a break, to take him down from full HP with just right clicks.
Which my matriarch will prize. Take that.
One thing I noticed is Snapfire doesn't have one of his newer talents, the +2 Little Shredder attacks.
That is correct. That is still bugged, unfortunately.
Ooh.
I'm-
I
I'm-
think
I'm-
I played the game and I had it once. Maybe I'm...
I'm because I know there's a few talents like this. I believe Dawnbreaker is another one. Hopefully we can get some fixes for the newer talents, the new abilities, inability draft.
Fingers crossed, we'll see a patch next week.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I would like to play around with the Blood Mist actually.
True.
This seems really powerful.
Blood Mist on Primal Beast with the 50% spell lifesteal. Sign me up.
And then you get Rot on top. Oh.
We're already theorizing.
Yeah.
A Bloodstone might even be good then.
Look, yeah, the Die team definitely still isn't out of it. All it takes is one misplay from the Radiant team. Potentially getting that Snapfire to his level 20 there, at the very least.
Yeah, but he didn't have any progress regarding his farm. Look at him, he's now he's the one being 1.4k behind the the Shadow Demon.
And he's looking to get a crit here. Do you agree with that?
I think it's the play when you with the level 20 talent, yeah.
I don't see any.
Kind of what he
any-
needs.
Yeah, they definitely need more damage, and I don't really see any other item that might benefit him. Maybe an Epic AV, because the Monkey
Yeah, but
King does
he
have
has
a
Rage, the Monkey King, is the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say the immediate thing I would think of is Scotty, but then I was about to say the Rage would pretty much just negate all of that, I would imagine.
But maybe the MKB might still not be a bad choice, because Monkey King is going for a Butterfly next.
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower
He may switch it up if he sees that called out.
Dire's top tower
And
is
pressure on the tier 3 top,
structures are fortified.
using the glyph.
Yep, nobody's
Meanwhile,
here, so-
Magnus is retting, and he has quite a lot of damage and pushes.
Magnus has been the one taking the
Really
towers
fast.
here so far, so he can definitely drop towers quite fast. But so can Radiant here. Monkey King and the Dragon doing work.
Glyph used.
I mean, if this continues, you could see a base race here, but it looks like they bring back a few more in Dire's case here. No one has decided to fight for Radiant yet.
Should be faster on the Radiant.
Couple of kisses here.
And they
Force
got
them
it.
back for
Are
a
they?
second. Do see
Now they
TP
try to cancel the
starting to come
TP's back. Oh, nice
Great
Winter
burst holding
Curse.
back.
So
Ravage.
the Ravage not so good. Ah, they still got it.
Necessary, I believe they had that kill with the Ravage.
And meanwhile, the monkey even kills the Tidehunter.
Yep, with
Probably
everyone
just
else
go for
still
the ranged tracks now, and maybe even gonna push mid.
The line is quite sad. He only has 555 max mana at the moment.
killed too many times.
Yep.
That's a stupid line.
It's like it could be in there.
And as expected, they're pushing the range tracks top, and then they even can apply some pressure on mid, because Magnus doesn't want to buy back.
And all they can really do is just sort of poke at this monkey. I mean, they can't even kill him with what they have out right now.
Dire's bottom tower is
You're right, they'll just rotate immediately mid without getting top. We'll go back to that later.
Yeah, the creep's gonna take it anyway. At some point.
That dragon up, this should also fall very quickly. It's just still basically
Oh,
two
Lion gets deleted!
Poor Lion.
Save for the silence, huh?
Doesn't take much. This hero's only got a bit of K health.
A big hope is a 5-man RP now into a global silence. Not a good Winter Curse. Ravage on cooldown.
That was, as they say,
Good global, but they still have Aegis on Monkey King. And he uses the
A lot of
range kills
damage
of the
and the snap
supports.
fire from just the dragon alone. Like the monkey King's free to go after who he wants. They're just picking them apart one at a time. The Ravage
Gets his RP, but
is
now he's
finally
broken.
used, but yeah, he's just gonna end up paying
Yeah,
for it.
this
with life.
looks like game. Yeah. They took this game by teamfighting on the Radiant. The Ravage, Winter Curse, and an unkillable Monkey King were just too much for the Ghetto Mexicans. Well played, well played.
Saying that, Rob actually came out of the game with 0 deaths.
Ooh, impressive, impressive.
8-0-21.
So they're already writing me they're ready for the game 2.